put it up on screen. I'll put it up on screen once we get started.
Oh. Can you send it to me as an email?
Yes, and I've also got about 5 people who are saying, "Oh, is there a link for this?"
Oh. Is Alex here from Hong Kong? I hope he got that message.
This is Mark from Hong Kong. I'm here.
Oh.
Alex is joining as well. I know.
Okay, thanks. Sorry. It's just that he sent me a message a couple of hours ago, but we sort of fixed it up.
I think you can get it. Can you tilt the camera down up there to control? No, this is just the camera here. Oh, you're using it? Oh, yeah, just tilt the camera a little bit. There we go. Then the other way. There we go. Come on in. Oh, we didn't finish our introduction. Well, there's more people coming. Have a seat over here.
Marcus is saying he's outside. Can someone let him in the room in Copenhagen?
So, Chris, do we have a few minutes that we'll do introductions to live people here?
Yep.
Okay, so we started with Tommy, who's our host. Thank you for hosting us both for this and in Copenhagen for your games and the wonderful races that many of us have been doing. I recognize some of you from that you were way ahead of me.
My name is I'm here from the Stockholm Front Runners, Sweden.
Chris, is somebody taking minutes?
I'm recording.
Oh, well.
Give us a break, okay?
And we are both members of the board.
Okay, and I'm sorry, because Wayne was talking, you're also Stockholm. Yeah. Great.
I also represent
I'm doing all right. When we have a club.
I'm very much here. Runners, you know, pretty much a couple, and also I'm going to be your soulmate of America and from Bolivia. I'm Don Slicer from the Euro Games from next year in Lamit, and I was trying to talk about it.
Any of the we're going to start one in there. I'm down the road.
Wayne, it's saying I don't have permission to go to edit the like I don't have permission to post on International Front Runners for Facebook page. Can you give me?
You're an admin.
I know.
Okay, go ahead, Jim. Down the road, I'm the International Front Runners delegate to the Federation of AGM from New York City and San Francisco Front Runners, Honolulu Front Runners, and South America. Richard is on the steering committee and his husband, and I'm Philadelphia Front Runners, San Francisco Front Runners, New York. Hi, my name is Gunnar, and I'm from Munich Front Runners in Germany. I'm Keith Colfer from Palm Springs, and I guess my claim to fame is I organized the trip for Patricia Nell Warren to come to Palm Springs a couple of years ago to get her lifetime achievement. Where our name came from. But she wrote the book. She wrote the book. She wrote the original book. Yeah. And then she died right after we gave her the honor. I am Lars. I'm from Third Front Runners, so co-chair of Rainbow Sports Earth. I used to run with you every now and then. And I came around with you a few times, but you were a very small group.
Chris has got you as admin, I've checked.
Yeah. Don't know what I have to do.
So where are we at, Chris? What's happening?
We've got the recording running. We've got how many people in the group? A lot. more than 35
Okay, good.
participants, 40 participants. And I've got the recording running, but we can't seem to get to Facebook. I don't have rights for Facebook.
I've checked it twice. It's there.
Hmm.
And Brad's admin as well.
So a
I'll just
lot
try.
of people, me, Chris, that they didn't get the Zoom, which is because they did it. Maybe it went to their junk files, or maybe they just didn't see it. So if any other
Tell them to just check again, because
send me the link. I've just been emailing as they come into me. I've been emailing. So, but anyway, just that may be an issue. But if we have 40 on Zoom, that's great. We had 98 last year, but nobody had anything to do last year. Everyone was stuck in their houses.
Chris, you could email it to me and I'll put it up.
email the link to the Zoom. Just use the one that you got.
No. The agenda. Is that what you're trying to do?
No. Just
sorry.
a minute.
I thought you wanted to put that on the front runners page.
No, there's a lot of people who are trying to join at the moment. So
Oh,
I'm just letting them in.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
But just a minute, I'll share the screen.
So are we going? We're not going with Facebook. Is that right, Chris?
Looks like I can't.
Okay, I'll send a note around to everyone that we're not able to get that live streaming up. We'll blame it on Facebook.
Should have tested it before. Sorry about that, everyone.
The settings every year. We got on in a second. This year it's not working. I'm sure they changed something.
So there's our agenda, and it's very small. Just give me a second.
Is it online also?
It's in the documents button. When you registered, there's some buttons along the top, which is the registration button. There's also a documents button. So all the documents are in there.
Go to the AGM site and I go to the agenda button. Is that updated?
Yeah, Brad just updated it.
Okay. So do you, I'm sorry, Thomas from the Netherlands is, I'm opening slowly because I'm outside almost. Are you on there? Oh, great.
Got a few of them open, sorry. But anyway, we're 7 past the hour, so shall we start?
Yeah.
So welcome everybody.
Good morning.
We're a bit of a hybrid meeting this year. So last year, 95 people on Zoom, and this year we've got about 50 people on Zoom and about, 30 people in the room there? How many have you got in Copenhagen?
11 is good.
11, okay. So shall we just go around the people in Copenhagen first? Have you already finished the introductions? Sorry, I was a bit zoned out.
Yeah, we run around. You can do the rest of them if you'd like.
Okay, well, I'm not sure exactly what the easiest way to do all this is because we've all got different, like we all look different on the mosaic to each other.
Well, go down the list of clubs. That might be easier.
So if we just go down, where's my participants list?
Or Chris, if you see the name on your screen, why don't you just point? Why don't you just say a name and then they'll introduce themselves?
Okay, well, I'm Chris Richley, the president in Sydney, and Wayne, take it away.
I'm Wayne Morgan. I'm from Sydney Front Runners as well. I'm one of the Federation delegates and I also look after the Facebook page. Greetings and good evening.
Danny?
Oh,
Danny O'Hara?
Yeah,
And-
Daniel here, and I'm with the Albuquerque Front Runners in New Mexico.
Okay, Randy Height?
Hi, I'm Randy Height. I'm from Kansas City, so I'm the rep for the Central US region.
And Budiman, Budi Tang.
Hi everyone, I run with Melbourne Frontrunners, but we also have Linda here from representing Melbourne Frontrunners. I'm representing Asia Pacific region.
Thank you. Linda then, Linda Madams, who doesn't have a picture.
Come on, Linda.
I'm just trying to find this.
There you go.
Yeah. So I'm Linda Madams from Melbourne Frontrunners, the president at the moment. We have an AGM coming up in September, so who knows at this moment. I'm just trying to find this. Yep.
Okay. And we've got Kate Foggo from Edinburgh. Sorry if I get all these names wrong.
No, you're absolutely right on both counts there. Excellent. I'm the secretary at Edinburgh Frontrunners.
Thank you. Andrew Corty.
Good afternoon from London. Andrew Corty, co-president of London Frontrunners.
And I see we have Martin also from Edinburgh.
Hiya, I'm Martin. So I'm looking to be officially formally declared as the new representative for the Northern European region at International Frontrunners, but I'll say a bit more about that later on. Thank you.
Okay.
Welcome.
Anthony Paltridge, Wellington.
Hi, Anthony Paltridge from Wellington, New Zealand. It's 10 past midnight here, so it's quite a stretch.
What year?
and locked down again,
Yes, we're
unfortunately.
locked down again.
Oh, it's a Southern Hemisphere thing.
Brad, the webmaster.
Brad Miyasato. I'm with Shoreline Frontrunners of Long Beach and a member of Palm Springs and Los Angeles. And
Oh,
webmaster of
you're a
International
whore.
Frontrunners.
Brad, are you
Can
the
I
voting?
say-
Are you the vote? Brad, are you the voting delegate for Long Beach?
Yes, I am.
You didn't sign up that way, but there's no one else from Long Beach.
Yeah, I modified the registration, so I am.
Okay.
He's got
Okay.
such a choice.
And Alain Gavremont, the secretary.
Bonjour, Alain Gavremont from Ottawa. So I am the secretary for the IFR.
And taking minutes.
Yeah, but I used a recording. A lot easier.
Okay.
Alan,
Richard.
Alan,
Oui.
are you the voting delegate for Ottawa?
I am also, yes.
Okay, thanks.
Richard Deves.
Oh, hi, I'm here in live in Copenhagen. And I noticed, by the way, I've been sending my Zoom link out to people who couldn't find their Zoom link. And I see they're all coming in as Richard Deves.
I think you've registered about 7 times at the moment. So
Richard, they're much prettier than you.
this will then be very confusing because I also see one with Richard Ovais that has got yeah, that's right.
This morning I sent out, Brad, I didn't know you personalized the Zoom link for each person. And people were saying they couldn't find the Zoom link. So I was just sending mine out to everybody. So I propagated all around the world.
You had to send out the Zoom registration link, not the actual invite link. Otherwise, it'll just come through. Actually, last year I actually turned off the ability to have more than one person online, so they would have got rejected. So we'll just have to cope with it. Oh, and here Emma Richard is asking for that too. So you have to register with the one that came afterwards from me.
Gilbert reports they can go on and change their name. So if you can figure out how to do that. Anthony from Wellington also said it's easy to change.
You just go to the triple dot on your picture and then you have the function rename. You can enter your email, save, and then you see your
triple dots on picture, rename, change your name. Don't be me anymore. Well, that's from Norma Jean in San Francisco. Norma Jean,
yes.
coming.
There I am. Norma
Good
Jean's
morning.
Morning.
Yeah, so go in. Do you know how everyone can just change their name if you I can change your name by clicking in the little ellipsis button on the top of your picture. Now, can I do the same thing for myself? Oh yes. So if you go to your on-screen picture and you click in the top right-hand corner with the dot, then there's a
says rename
button at the bottom. Your
I'm gonna
mileage may
change
vary
my
if you're on a mobile device. So
Oh.
let's continue. So Richard Tretton has changed his name.
Hi, good morning. I'm representing Baylands Frontrunners in Palo Alto, California, and I'm the voting delegate.
Thank you. Alden?
Good morning, Alden Clark from Frontrunners Boston, and I'm currently the IFR Treasurer. Welcome, everyone.
Don Webb? Oh, you're on mute, Don. Oh, Don's on mute, so we'll catch up with him in a minute. There you go.
Okay. Good morning, everyone. Don Webb from Winnipeg. I do have to leave in about 45 minutes for our Saturday morning run.
Yes, I apologize. It's actually in the prime time for everybody's Saturday run, so I'm sorry about that. But it was a good time for the rest of the world for a change.
Yeah, no, good to be here. Thank you.
Thank you. Marco Vitelli.
Hello, everybody. I am representing Milan Frontrunners, although I run also with London Frontrunners, but here I represent Milan. And it's the first time I'm joining this meeting. Thank you.
Welcome. Gilbert in New York.
Oh,
Wayne.
I'm going to mute you if you keep this up.
My name is Gilbert Galna. I'm the president of Frontrunners New York. I'm also actually a member of San Francisco Frontrunners, and I'm excited to be here.
Nice to have you. Solomon in Hong Kong.
Yep. Hello, guys. I'm Solomon Luke, the athletics sports manager for AGM Hong Kong 2022. Nice to meet you guys.
Hi. Gali in Tel Aviv.
Hello there, I'm Gali from Tel Aviv, Israel.
Nice to have you. Devan from Singapore.
Hi everyone, I'm Devane from Singapore and I lead the front runner chapter of Singapore. That's the MGR runners. Nice to meet you all.
Hey. Guy from Montreal.
Bonjour à tous, ici Guy, président des Galopins de Montréal Frontrunner. Désolé, my English is very bad. Welcome, Montréal. Good.
Hey.
Good night.
Michael Ambrose.
Hey, good early morning. I'm Michael from Palm Springs Frontrunners, and I also represent the clubs throughout the U.S. Western region.
Right. Norman Reich. From his car.
Norman Rice from DC Frontrunners. I'm one of our race directors, and I'm in the car because we're about to start our group run in a few minutes.
Thanks. Paul Morrell.
Hi there, Paul Morrell, Baylands Frontrunners, Palo Alto, and also a member of LA and New York Frontrunners.
Angus Kennedy.
Morning, everybody. I'm Angus from Los Angeles. Nice to see everyone. Glad to be here.
Sam Sanders.
Hi, everyone. Good morning or good afternoon. I am the Southern Region rep in the United States. I'm a Charlotte Frontrunners member and New York Frontrunners. So, hi.
Hey. Norma Jean Lopez.
I'm Norma Jean from San Francisco. I'm the president of San Francisco Track and Field Club and very honored to be on this call.
Nice to have you. JC Lim.
Hi everyone, my name is JC. I'm representing the Perth Frontrunners. Very excited to be here. Thank you.
Thank you. Nick Velez. Oh,
Good
seems
morning
to...
from New York City. Oh no, I'm here.
Okay.
Good morning from New York City. It is, what time is it? It is 8:19 in New York City. I just had my coffee. New York Frontrunners and Eastern Regional Rep. Very excited to be here.
Great to have you. David Vincenzo. Viciano. Sorry.
It's Vizcaino. David from Austin Frontrunners. Glad to be here. It's a little early.
Hey, hey. Anybody who's just joined with Richard Avase's login details, if you would like to change your name, you can go to the you can go up to the top right hand corner of your picture and rename yourself with that little ... button. Mike Watkins.
Hi, it's Mike here in the very early morning of Vancouver timeframe and representing Vancouver Frontrunners.
Thank you. Holman Say.
Hi, I'm Holman, and I'm representing the Minneapolis-St. Paul group of Frontrunners.
Great. Victor Young. Victor may have stepped away for a second. Ken Pierce.
From Honolulu, Hawaii, Frontrunners, Front Walkers.
Honolulu. Thanks, Ken. Mark Thompson.
I am in Honolulu, right? I think you win the worst time award.
Hi, I'm Mark Thompson. I'm the co-chair of Outrunners Hong Kong and FDG delegate and co-founder of Hong Kong's first Pride Run.
Cheers. Taylor Steele. Lexington Frontrunners.
Sorry, folks. Good morning. I'm Taylor Steele. We're on our run. I'm with Lexington Frontrunners and on the e-board.
Live participation. There you go. Live TV.
Sweet.
Khaled Bentaleb.
Khalid Bentaleb, president of Frontrunners San Diego.
Wait, go back. Go back. I want to see a picture. San Diego. No, go back.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry, I had a bit of crosstalk there. I've got Ken Pierce.
I have to introduce myself from Honolulu.
Oh, sorry. And Emma Bug.
I'm Emma Bug. I'm in Ottawa, soon to be in Halifax, and I am the representative for the Canadian clubs.
Okay, now Mark Hagner, sorry.
Yep, that's all right. Mark Hagner from the small and scrappy Frontrunners group in Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Oh, good. Well, I think that's all the people that I can see who aren't Richard. So
I think I saw Bobby Dougleby.
Yes, Bobby.
Hi, I'm Bobby Dougleby, representing Tallahassee, Florida.
Did I miss anybody?
Hey, this is Alex from Hong Kong. So representative of the Hong Kong Front Outrunners with Mark Thompson.
And who else do we have that's Richard? Who hasn't sounded off yet? There's a fellow with an avatar in a green shirt.
Oh, yeah.
No? Shall we leave it at that then?
Sure.
All right. Well, I just wanted to say we've had a rush of new clubs come in the last little while. So a special welcome to, and particularly the people who were able to attend on short notice from these clubs. So welcome to Blackpool, Flagstaff, Lafayette, Malmö, Mexico City, Provincetown, and Adelaide, who've just all joined up in the last few weeks. So great news that we've got new clubs coming on all the time, especially in places like Mexico City, where we have been underrepresented in South America and South and Central America. So that's great news. The minutes from the AGM are were sent around, but also in the no. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. Sorry about that. So if anyone wants to see the minutes, but can we approve the minutes from last year? So last year, here's all of the people that attended. So we'll have something similar sent out after this.
I'll move that they be accepted.
Yeah.
That's Wayne Morgan for the recording.
Okay.
I'll second. Alden Clark.
Cool. So because of the time, we've asked for the next thing that was on the agenda there is for Solomon to give an update for Gay Games Hong Kong. Solomon, is it you and Victor or just you?
Me and Victor. So
okay. How do you want to do this?
Okay.
Take it away.
Okay. And I would like to see if I could share the screens and also produce how release authorization for me to share screen, or I just talk.
I think I can give it to you. Just a second.
I'm a person in charge of sports for.
Okay, try now.
Victor is in charge of the trail run.
Oh, I need to do some privacy setting. Just one sec.
People, everybody, unless you're talking.
Oh, I don't think it works for me because of my phone.
Can you send me the file?
Privacy. Sure. How could I send you the file? I got you. Okay, see, I'm sorry for holding lots of guys of Chris. Okay, send to you and attach a file. I'm sending to Chris right now.
Chris, there's a marker coming up saying that this is live on Facebook. Is it working?
Yeah, unfortunately, I think it's live on my own personal Facebook, which is useless. I have no followers. I'm not an influencer.
I'm sending to Chris. Just a simple PowerPoint presentation. Maybe I just start. Okay. So actually, every 6 weeks time, we are having a chat with Wayne Morgan to report on progress on the Gay Game Hong Kong preparation thing. And this is a presentation that I've given to Wayne Morgan in mid-July. And unfortunately, today, Dennis, Gay Game President, Chairman, and Jackie, our sports director, is unable to join today. So that's me to give a very brief presentation on the current thing for the Gay Game preparation on Hong Kong, especially on the road running, trail running side. So Chris, can you have you received the file and see if you could share it for everybody to see?
So you emailed it to me, my chrisrichley@gmail.com?
I sent it through Zoom chat.
It's on the chat. Just a sec. Oh, got it. Okay.
Thank you.
downloading. Give us a second. You have to fill.
Brad, it's your turn to sing.
Oh, I see. Is Victor here on mute? Victor, could you say something to introduce yourself?
Hi everyone, I'm from Hong Kong. My name is Victor, and I'm joining the Gay Games Hong Kong to be the road running coordinator. And I have few years experience in Hong Kong, mainland China, and even in Singapore to help co-organize some IP running events. And so I'm very glad to join Solomon to deliver the road running events in Hong Kong for the Gay Games. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Victor.
Okay.
Thank you so much. So, Chris, so actually, just very, what we could give everyone to see is just some simple picture of the venue. So, so track and field, because we are trying hard to secure a government venue, but unfortunately, there's some roadblocks there. So, but at the same time, we are sorry. Okay, we are reserving a backup venue, which is a Hong Kong University Stanley Ho Sports Center. Okay, and this venue is already secured, and but okay, next several pages, please. Okay, so track and field, about we have an ideal site under LCSD. That means under the Hong Kong government. There's a Zhuangguan'ou Sports Ground, and it was the venue for the 5th East Asian Game. We try hard to secure it for the Gay Game 2022 track and field event, but there's some roadblocks there. And the next venue is our second choice, also under LCSD, is Wan Chai Sports Ground, and it is also being used for holding international track and field events. And the next one is also introduced by our track and field organizing partner, that is called Siu Wan Sports Ground. And all these venue is easily accessible by our subway system and by our extensive transportation network. So going there should not be a big problem. Okay. So, and apart from track and field, then this is for road running. Okay, we propose 10 km event to be held around Inspiration Lake, that is right next to Hong Kong Disneyland. And I organize, and I also help organize events there. And you see the picture. Okay. So and the next one is some news, and after the COVID release, the government is starting to release the restriction for road running events, and this was the news from July. So the first event the government is allowing to hold for road running, the venue is exactly at Inspiration Lake. Okay, but now the most recent news, which is a great news, is the Standard Charter Hong Kong Marathon, which is the biggest, largest marathon event in Hong Kong. Now, Hong Kong government has just given a green light to it, though we have to reduce the runner size from 72,000 to 18,000, and all participants have to be jabbed 2 doses before the event, and they need to have a COVID test 72 hours right before the event. But still, now up to today, the government just give a green light to Hong Kong Amateur Athletics Association, said we could hold a road running event, mass participation event. So we are hopeful that the sport events organizing in Hong Kong will be soon be released bit by bit. So we are still hopeful that Big Game Hong Kong 2022 it will be a success, will be okay to run. Okay. So this is a road running event for 10K and marathon. We propose to hold it in Pak Tam Chung. You can see from the picture as a flat, quite flat area, and it's just a route to and fro. Maybe you just go run next to largest reservoir in Hong Kong, Man Yi Reservoir, and so that's it. Yeah, and well, yeah, and you see the picture on the right hand side. It is exactly the route seen from high. And the next one will be 5 km. 5 km, we are planning, we hope to plan a new route along coastline on the Hong Kong Island. We plan to do it right next to the Gay Game Hong Kong Village, if possible. But if not, we are going to hold it on the Hong Kong Island southwest coastline, right next to another Hong Kong theme park, that is Ocean Park. Okay, but because we are going to plan a new route on it, so that's sorry for no picture, no detailed info could be given yet. That's for road running. Trail running, unfortunately, our trail running coordinator is not able to present today. So so we have already got some draft route submitted by our third-party business organizer. So we are going to hold a trail running event in Hong Kong Island. Oh, and the distance 50K, 22, 25K, 15K, and route, draft route, and elevation plan is also shown on screen. It will be like this. But we haven't signed the contract with our party organizer yet, so just have a look on it and don't share it yet. Thank you.
Solomon, you might want to hide those elevations. It'll scare people. Wow.
Okay, next page, please.
I think that's all we've got. You're up to a oh no, sorry, keep going.
Yeah, and okay, so as Mark Tom and as Alex is here. Okay, oh sorry. Okay, trail running event center is going to we are planning to have the event center for all 3 trail running events at Brahma Hill Road Playground. Okay, and next one and the final part is the Rainbow Run. We propose to organize the Rainbow Run on Victoria Peak, and as you can see from the picture, along the road you could see the spectacular Victoria Harbour from there, and it's not going to be a very massive pride run like what we have in Paris. It's not going to be a big one, as now it is not uneasy in Hong Kong to hold run in a pride style. Okay, because even the Hong Kong Pride Run is not allowed to organize it as a parade style. It's just it's now only be allowed to organize the Pride event in a confined location. So the Rainbow Run is not going to be a small scale run, and we would hold it in early morning at 7 a.m. Sorry, it will be a little bit early, but we will liaise with the transportation, the tram and the bus. We are already liaising with them to see to arrange special transportation arrangement on it. And Alex from Outrunner Hong Kong will also help organizing the Rainbow Run. So that's a very brief introduction on the Gay Game Hong Kong 2022 run events. So see if you have any questions.
Solomon, everybody should know that Solomon's been meeting with me as a Federation delegate about all this. So to me, this is not too new. But Solomon, in the track and field area, I looked up the Seong Kwan O area, which at last time you were telling me that was the most preferred. It's going under development. Has it started? Has it finished? When you look at the website, it says it's under development. So I'm wondering, is it the blue track? Because there's also photos of an older track.
The track issue, they say it is they say the track is IAF type 3 sports ground. I mean,
no, my question is, there's two lots of photos. One is an old track, and one looks new. What will we have?
So that's the backup track?
No, that's no. This. When you go to the website, I think that's.
Wait, Wayne, can I interrupt a little bit?
Sure.
Because I've been to the Chungano sports ground, so the green one you're showing is actually right next to the red one, so they actually coexist in the same
that was my
location.
next question.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Alex.
Yeah. So will we have, Solomon, are you planning on both tracks?
No, the main tracks, the one next to it is just for warm-up tracks.
Excellent. Perfect. That's ideal. Okay, that was my questions.
Okay. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of developments with this, and we'll have regular updates from Hong Kong till November next year. Yeah.
Yes.
Every 6 weeks, I'm meeting. We are reporting to Ray Morgan.
Yeah. So, if any frontrunner clubs have any issues about stuff about Hong Kong, I don't want to deal with any political stuff or government stuff. I'm dealing direct about the event. I'd love to hear from you, and we represent you. That's part of the IFR membership. In fact, Xander, who's not on, well, we might be on later, is the other delegate, and we're on numerous committees, and we share our responsibilities around. So that's what you're getting for your bucks.
So Gally has a question here in the chat about whether we can have a look at the presentation. So I'll put that with the papers afterwards in the documents link. I'll ask Brad to upload that when we finish. So we can get...
Or maybe, Chris, maybe I just quickly rearrange something. Maybe I just make the link in URL, the clickable, forwardable links, and I'll remove something about trail running.
Yeah, you just send me whatever you want put into the minutes. There's Solomon.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, and like I said, I think that we're going to see a lot of more updates in the developing situation with Gay Games in Hong Kong. I note that pre-registration is open. It only costs a few dollars, and it really helps the organisers plan for things. So if you're interested in going, then I recommend you register and tell them that you're interested in running.
Thank you. When we have received a lot of pre-registration on running, and I can tell you that all the running events are basically on top 3 out of 36 sports. So we really welcome all the front runners to come and join our games.
Great. Does anybody have any other questions? We can let Solomon and Victor go, or they can stay around if they want.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you. Now we'll move back to the regular program, and we've got Richard Alden's Treasurer's report. Sorry. So do you want me to put any? Do you want me to put anything up, Alden?
So do you want me to go through the 2020 final version that came out after our last year's meeting? I can do a quick summary of that. And so we had our starting balance of $15,697.24 US dollars. We had our income was from club membership fees, which was $2,550. That's our total income. The expenses during 2020, we had bank fees of $99.79. Our website costs were $355.20. We had our membership fee to the Federation of Gay Games for $100. And we spent $1,000 on our incorporation process for International Frontrunners, supporting our club promotion activities. Those are the total expenses. That was $1,554.99. So it gave us a surplus over our income was $995.01. So our balance at the end of 2020 was $16,692.25. So that's the report for 2020. And I had sent that out to Chris and so forth. Should we approve that?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Wayne's moving it.
The move can kill
Seconders?
off. Come on, Brad.
I second it.
Oh,
Thank you,
right.
Brad. All righty.
Okay, so I can give you a quick rundown of our year to date for 2021. So again, our starting balance, $16,692.25. And so far we've had membership fees of $2,650. So it's an increase from last year. We have not had many expenses yet this year, or they're all coming up shortly, but we had bank fees of $97.01 and our Federation of Gay Games membership fee of $100. So that's where we stand right now. So the current balance is $19,145.24. So that's the year to date.
And we've got, there's a bill to pay, isn't there, Alden? For those
Yes.
freeloaders.
Yes. So yeah, as I said, some things are coming in now. So we do have some expenses for the event that we co-sponsored in Copenhagen. And there's still other outstanding things for the website and so forth going forward this year. So I also have some statistics I can give quickly, just if you want me to do that. Our current standing, we had 108 member clubs. There's a few more that have just joined this week that aren't in this total yet, but that represents 7,462 runners. We have 16 clubs in the Western US region with 1,781 runners, 13 clubs in the Central US, 453 runners, 9 clubs in Eastern US with 1,287, 10 clubs in Canada with 300 members altogether. There's 17 clubs in Northern Europe with 1,776 runners. There's 8 clubs in the Australia Pacific region with 554 members. 2 clubs in Mexico, Central and South America with 44 members, 15 clubs in Southern US with 511 members, and 18 clubs in the Southern Europe, Africa region with 756. So of those 108 clubs, and there are some additional clubs pending, we do have 51 paid clubs. So that means there's 57 clubs with under 26 members, 17 clubs in the 26 to 50 range, 21 clubs in the 51 to 150 members, 5 clubs in the 151 to 250 membership range, and 8 clubs that are over 250 members. So just some quick information, and it's so it's an increase from the previous year by quite a few clubs and runners. So
Alden, can you send me that information at some stage? I'll put it on Facebook. That's great info.
Yep. Yeah, sure. So so those are the reports on that. We do have, I don't know if you want to talk about budget at this point. Chris,
it's
or
only
take,
it's a forecast at this point. So
yeah, so it's a,
we'll
a
accept.
projection for 2022.
Yeah. So you can go ahead.
Okay, so it's pretty similar to the budget this year, but what so what we're looking at under the proposed budget is our income. We project at $2,500 from membership fees from the clubs, and that was all we were projecting at that point for the income. We do have our projection for expenses are $150 in bank fees, $100 for our Federation of Gay Games membership fees. We have projected $1,000 for delegate reimbursement. And we have budgeted $4,000 for club promotion that we had talked about in the past for promoting regional events, promoting club membership. We have a website expense of $384, projection of postage of $50, and other events. We have projected a $500 budget for the AGM and a $500 budget for the IFR social. So that has a total expense of $6,684, which again is higher than our income for the year. So the expenses over the income would be $4,184. And so projecting on that, it would leave a balance of $14,961.24. So the other thing,
if we get organized enough to spend it.
Right, which has been the case. So we're open to that, open to proposals and looking at that. I was going to say, I assume Richard may be talking more coming up, but we do have the prospect of money coming in, being granted to us as IFR is now a 501c3 organization in the United States, which means we are tax exempt and donations are tax deductible to us. And we are looking at receiving donations, and we can look for plans to how we want to spend that money.
Sorry, everyone. I just didn't realize that I wasn't sharing that information there, but the documents are all available. And if you actually go to
It did show up for a bit.
It did, yes, sorry. I'll put it back. For some... So if you go to the AGM 2021 site and then documents, it's all in there. Okay. So anything we discussed today, we'll put into this this document section as well.
Thank you all.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, so we'll go back to the agenda. Thank you, Alden. Are we happy to accept Alden's report? Can I get somebody to move that?
We already did that.
Oh, we did it?
Me and Brad.
Oh, very good. So you're happy to accept the proposed budget and everything else as well?
Of course.
Good, good. Now, the newsletter. Yes, the newsletter is running late. So we're still chasing a few contributions, but I hope that we can get that out on Monday. So normally what we would do would be to get reports from all the clubs individually and would go around for several hours. But last year we decided to condense the reports into a newsletter and send that out. And so hopefully we'll have all of the submissions ready for Monday. I can send a link to anybody who's interested at the moment, but the regional reps are supposed to collate all of that into their sections. So regional reps, please get onto that, and I will resend the link again after this. So please get into the Google Doc and add your sections in with a photo, and we can send that out at the end of the weekend. So it's coming along quite nicely. There's a lot of material in there. And I think last year it was well received. People liked reading it, so we'll leave it at that. So next item.
Nick.
is Copenhagen 2021, but Nick can't be with us tonight. Is there someone else who's going to give a report for how the games went in Copenhagen, Eurogames went in Copenhagen?
I'm the president of Copenhagen Frontrunners. We had a lot of activities during the last week. We started with a World Pride run on Wednesday at the City Hall Square, a lot of international. We also had a lot of Copenhageners and the National Bank, Danish Bank took part. It was a fun race with sightseeing elements. And then we had the official tournaments. We had the track and field on Thursday. Thursday night, the 5 and 10K, and yesterday we had the half marathon. And all in all, we had more than 500 people registered. Not everybody, but we tried our best to combine the sports activities together with all the social elements. And Thursday night, we celebrated the 5 and 10K run and the international community. And thank you very much to International Frontrunners for supporting us with this event. You sponsored all the bubbles. We brought the brownies from Copenhagen, and all in all, it created a wonderful atmosphere. And we also had someone representing Hong Kong at the event, and we had Thomas and another few people from Nijmegen, which we have learned now to pronounce. So I think 2021 is a step for the coming events, and we are actually very, very happy that we succeeded to deliver the games. We have been in doubt about this over the last year, but the restrictions allowed us to actually make what we call an open event. A lot of people took part, and there was a wonderful experience. And in 15 minutes from now, I can tell you that the parade will start in the city of Copenhagen. There will be 6 different parades where people will walk and end up in the Fælleparken, a big park with shows and entertainment. And there's a lot of tourists in the city at the moment. So thank you for supporting, and our group in Copenhagen are looking forward to joining other international events in the future. Next.
This is Lars from Frontrunners. First, just to say, as a participant, I think Copenhagen Frontrunners did a great job in hosting a great, hospitable, well-organized event. It was really fun games. I think you almost forget that there's COVID out there, also no masks required in Copenhagen, which is quite exceptional in Europe at least. You've done a great job, and you mentioned the prize mark, so I hope you might even see a little bit of that one after the AGM. So thank you for that.
Not to mention the 850 steps you made us climb. Oh yeah, you were talking about climbing in Hong Kong. You already tried it yesterday at the half marathon. For the rest of the world, just so you know, Copenhagen built recently a ski slope, an artificial ski slope on top of a power plant. And they basically made us climb up to the top of it. It was 85 meters up and then back down, and they threw that in at about kilometer 15, I think it was, just to make sure we were really tired before we got to there. So thank you very much, Copenhagen. I can tell you this architect very shortly who made this, he's also doing a lot of stuff in Manhattan. It's a Danish worldwide known architect. So make sure there will be a challenge also for this new guy living in New York. Gilbert, the new thing coming to New York. You can climb up lots of steps. All right.
Can we see your medal, Richard?
Yeah, bring on. You have my medal? No, there's pictures of them somewhere.
Ah.
Or
Great. I think it's called there's a ski slope as well, a grass skiing you can do on the side of the power plant as well as run up it. But I'm sure Hong Kong will challenge all of those elevations when you get there. So that'll be a bit of a workout as well. And next, I think we had, I can go back to the agenda. We were going to have a report from Thomas about Eurogames 2022.
We have Thomas here. We're bringing the microphone closer. There you go.
Thanks a lot. Thanks for that I can be here today. I'm Thomas Thijssen. I'm the media manager of next year's Eurogames, and I'm a runner as well. So they asked me if I could be here today. Next year, the Eurogames will be in Nijmegen, one of the smallest cities the Eurogames will ever have been, but it's in the east of the country. We've got quite a big run during November. It's not with the Eurogames next year, but it's known in the world because it has the world record on the 15K. Yeah, that's where the city is known for as well. The week before the Eurogames next year, the biggest walk of the world will be in Nijmegen, the Walk of Wisdom, the Walk of the World, the Vierdaagse, the 4 days marches. They are very known. Lots of people in the world are coming to Nijmegen during the 4-day marches, and they will walk. And they can stay in Nijmegen next year because then the Eurogames will be. We will have a track and field tournament on the Friday evening. Thanks for showing us the website. That will be on the 29th on the Friday. And on the Saturday, we will have a run, the 5K, 10K, and the half marathon. So you could all join us. I know there will be in the first kilometer a bridge with stairs, so that you don't have to run first 15K, but it's in the first kilometer already. So that's very nice. Yeah, and that's the pre-registration will open today. Yeah, that's all I can tell right now, but we will give you more updates in the upcoming year when it will be ready, and we hope COVID is gone by then, so we really have a nice big event.
How far is this town from, let's say, Amsterdam?
By train, I guess 90 minutes, so 1 hour and a half.
So we'll run.
Yeah. Also, you can run. Also run.
We'll come back to you to get information to send out to all of our member clubs so they can get it out to their members. And hopefully next year we'll all see you in Amsterdam or in
Nijmegen.
Some town I can't pronounce. Say it again.
Nijmegen.
Nijmegen.
It's near the German, and it's the week before Pride. So you can stay if you want to go to Pride in Amsterdam.
What date is this event?
29th of July. It's a track and field.
Oh, I said late July.
Of July. It's the run. Yeah. Next year.
Okay, great. Thanks very much, Thomas. We'll look forward to that. So we'll look forward to the updates, and it's even closer than Hong Kong Gay Games. So very exciting.
Yeah. We'll get the info out. We'll make sure we get a lot of people there. Right.
Okay, it seems like everyone's going to join the parade, so we'll say goodbye to some of our guests. Thank you very much. Now, Richard, we've got you down to talk about the Brooks Running Partnership. Are you able to do that at this time, or is there still some work to be done?
Oh, no, I can. So as much of the world knows, Brooks Running has been very generous to front runners. Over the last 2 years, they've donated $50,000 US, which were disseminated to the different clubs. Seattle is their hometown, so Seattle got the largest awards, but then it went out to other clubs. There were restrictions, though, by their legal department that they could only give that to US clubs, and we worked around it this year by getting, Brooks has now donated for the rest of this year $20,000 donation, which is on its way to Alden. And we are now allowed to give it out to clubs worldwide, or keep it ourselves and go to Monte Carlo. You know. This is great news. It was just finalized in the last week. My guess is the way they did it the last 2 years, they did 20,000, and then they did 20,000. 20,000 went to Seattle. So I'm guessing this will be the first installment of 20,000, and we will create a method of asking for bids from clubs on what they want to do with it, how they want to use the money, and then the steering committee will vote on the clubs that we want to give funds to. And yeah, I think that's all. That should be happening in the next few weeks. And I guess the steering committee will work on that online. So yeah. Oh, and by the way, I want to say that I got one email. Jeff Berger from Philadelphia is also online, but he, for some reason, can't he only can hear us. So welcome to Jeff from Philadelphia. That's it from me, I think.
Thanks so much. Okay, so Wayne, special projects, just briefly.
We've got a couple of projects we want to talk about. The first one is a continuation of something we did 4 years ago. We looked at providing scholarships for people. Let's go back to Paris. We thought we'd get one person to Paris. The success of our program was so good we got to get 2 people from Paris. We also got Nairobi front runners as a result, because we sent 2 Africans from Kenya to the Paris Gay Games. Now our scholarship includes, we help with airfares, we help with accommodation, we gave them a per diem, and it was all raised from our front runner clubs. And there's no amount, we don't ask you for an amount, it's up to your club's generosity. Because the next games are in Hong Kong, if we were to attract particularly Asian countries and to help grow front runners in that region, because we know there's quite a bit of interest in places like Japan and oh God, I had a list. India, Taiwan is one, yes. So
Indonesia.
The more countries that can allow to have to be gay or do gay activities. Korea was the other one, I think. We would like to continue with this project, because if we get some Asian people to come, it's a lot cheaper to travel and do stuff over there. The Gay Games gave us free registration for those people. And they're already on board. They know that, and we are the only sporting organization to do this. And I know some of the other sports are looking to try and catch up to us. For those of you who don't know, all the running events is by far the biggest sport in the Gay Games. So we're going to try and do that again. Some clubs gave us a lot of money. Some clubs gave us $20. Some gave us $30 and whatever. It all helped. We pool it all, and then we do some searching, and we try and find some runners from poorer or less developed countries to attend the Gay Games. And if there's any objections, I'd like to know about that, and we can deal with it. Or
Wayne, we talked about last time we brought 2 people from Kenya. Are we considering 4 people now? Right.
If I've done some budgeting. If we had 4 Asian people, yes, because travel is so cheap in Asia. But if we extend that to and it's not limited, but say we brought people from South America, the fares are going to start really jumping up. Yeah.
I'd like to suggest that Asia is a developing region for our clubs, and that we would like to see more Asian clubs. I mean, I'm biased because we're in this region, but I'm sure people would back me up there. And we get good bang for our buck. And from having Hong Kong in the region, it's going to grow like having the Copenhagen Eurogames as well. It's going to make people more aware of LGBTQ running, and I think it's probably better to have to try and focus on Asian clubs for this. Does everyone agree?
Yes.
Yep. So it'll be Asia and Pacific. Sorry, I should say that way. Yeah.
So I think Wayne's going to run with this. Is that right, Wayne? You're going to make sure that we sort of kick off donations again the same kind of way, and then start looking for potential people to go?
Yeah. I can give you an example of what we did in Sydney. I put a bucket out every week, and I just got people to put in their whatever loose change they had after they bought a coffee, and we ended up raising $120 US. And we're a club of around, well, we get about 50 to a run, so we thought that was pretty good, and that helped. Some American clubs are so wealthy. We take credit cards now, don't we, Alden?
Gilbert, give out your money.
Right.
Cool.
All right,
pay
thanks
from
for
here
that.
on in. Okay, is there
we'll keep
anything
you posted, and we will start that fairly soon. because we need to have it kind of all sorted out by round about March next year, so we can start picking people, and we'll know then how many we can pick and where from.
Great. And was there any other special projects you wanted to bring up?
Yes, I want us to start considering, let's have a front runner day. So a day around the world where we can focus on our running. And I was going to suggest Patricia Nell Warren's birthday, which is the 15th of June. It's winter here in the Southern Hemisphere, but it's not as cold as what winter is in the Northern Hemisphere. So that might work out okay for us.
Does it intersect with Pride Run at all? For a lot of
Pride,
people?
There's Pride all around the world at all different times now, but the principal Pride time is there, is around about then.
I think the different thing about this and why I like it is that it's front runner specific. So
Yes.
Pride is generic, but front runner specific would be like having a front runner days is kind of nice. And people can have a run if they can, and if they can't.
Yeah, they can't, yeah.
First, Tommy wanted to address this. First of all, I think it's a wonderful idea to highlight the condoms. It could be a day or a week. I'm working on European level with some campaigns related to sport, and it's my experience, if you give people the opportunity to choose one day in a week, more groups will actually be able to participate, and it could be combined with what Wayne suggested, that on this specific day, we all try to also collect a few money we could send. So it could be from 10th to 17th of June, or I don't know what, but in June and a specific week, we celebrate the farmers community and send the money right away. Focus on a period, and then hopefully we can solve some money. And comment on this also, you're probably aware of this, but from my perspective, if we support people coming to the games, which is a great idea, do we have in mind if they have the capacity to organize something afterwards in their home country? Because bringing people for a nice experience without some organizing skills, sometimes it gives them a good experience, but we should see it in a longer perspective. And I would rather go for 2 persons from Japan, 2 from Korea, because 2 people can work together and create something. Yeah.
We had 2 from Kenya, and they actually went back and started a front runner chapter there, and apparently they get 10 to 20 runners every week. So that seemed to have worked out.
But go ahead, it's a great job you're doing.
Yeah, I think it's about capacity building as well. We've got to make sure that they're not people who are just there for the experience, but also who are community members and community leaders that can start a club or whatever in their when they get back to their community.
When one question about the future recipients of these. In the past, when we did the 2 guys from Kenya, basically they were given to us and said, these 2 guys will be good. Will we use some of the scholarship menus that FTG is using for their scholarships? Will we use their forms?
Yeah, we will work with Mike Myers and Paul Ustenberg. Paul Ustenberg looks after scholarship, and Mike Myers is the Federation treasurer, and he's very clever with working with money and how we can get good bang for buck. Some rich people around the world, some gays and lesbians around the world with loads of money and loads of frequent flyer points, like we're all traveling every time. Donate their points, and the Federation has access to that as well. So there's a lot of stuff goes on behind the scenes, but yeah. Does that answer your question, Xander?
Yeah, that's good. Yeah. Because last time we didn't have really anything written. We just picked these 2 guys and they came in, but now I think we need to have more like this.
Yeah. We will, as the steering committee will need to set some much more criteria now. We've learned, that was a start. But I know the swimmers want to, got sick of us getting highlighted for it. Now the swimmers want to do it.
They want their own good works fund.
Yeah.
All right, well, we'll put it on the agenda for the next steering committee meeting anyway, and take this forward. So that sounds like it's a good idea and approved.
Was there anything else I was supposed to talk about, Chris? I can't remember.
No, but who wants to talk about Federation of Gay Games? Wayne, Xander, who's got the floor?
Xander can talk about the Federation stuff. That's fine. I've got more updates about Hong Kong. That's all.
Xander, do you want to go for the Federation?
Yeah, there is no a lot of Hong Kong. We already talked about. Solomon will talk about that. Basically, what's going on right now is we're going through the selection of the next host city. We have a representative here from Munich, which are site selectors, which are 3 people who visit the 3 cities who are going to be voted in November. This November, we're meeting in Brighton, UK, to do the final voting after a series of more questions and answers that they've gone through for the last several years. So these site selectors are right now visiting, they just finished with Munich. Now they are in Valencia. And
no, they're in Guadalajara.
And then they're moving on to Guadalajara, right?
And
after that, we'll meet in Hong Kong, in Brighton. And there is a minor change in order for us to vote. They normally, the 3 cities will send representatives. They will give a presentation, and then we all vote. But because of COVID, it is possible that Mexico may not be allowed to come to Brighton, and so it's either all or none. So either Munich, Valencia, and Mexico can come over, or if Mexico cannot come over, then neither one can come over, and they will just do it via Zoom, and we have to vote who will be the next host city for Gay Games 2026. So that's basically what's going on right now with the Federation. Hong Kong is already on its own way, so that's about it.
So you all should know that Xander and I had to do lots and lots of work in reviewing. There was 10 cities that bid, and we had to go through particularly their running programs, and then we helped vote that group down to 3. So Munich, Valencia, and Guadalajara. And
last year, that was part of our AGM, was to vote for those preferential, which cities we preferred. Yes.
Yeah, out of the 7, and now we're down to 3. And in November, Xander and I get a vote each to represent running.
Chris, can you give Xander a raise? How come you raise from 0?
We're all on 0. I've got a little bit more information about Hong Kong. He has updated a little bit of the information. I want to talk about the Rainbow Flag Run. As he said, as Solomon said, it's going to be on very early in the morning. It's going to start at 7. Now, transport doesn't work until 7 in Hong Kong on a weekend. So it's going to be an opening ceremony day, which is the 11th of November. It's going to be extremely early start, probably 6 to get everybody up, because the tram only takes a certain number of people. It's going to be a barbecue breakfast, which will follow the memorial moment. And the run is barely going to be 2 or 3 Ks.
Oh, well.
It'll be small.
There'll be Ubers and Grabs and DDs and taxis and that sort of thing, won't there?
Oh, probably, but there's going to be a limit of about, at the moment, 200 or 300 people, because it's noise restricted and they can't have big loudspeakers and stuff like that. There's we've got to look after, and it's day 1 of Hong Kong. We don't want to upset the locals. So, Paris was outstanding. There'll never be a rainbow flag run like that ever. Rainbow Flag Run, for those people that don't know, prior host cities of the Gay Games. So San Francisco, let's go through Vancouver, New York, Amsterdam, Sydney, Chicago, Cleveland, Cologne, Paris. Is that it? Have I done them all? We all get to carry the memorial flag through our city to promote the gay games. It's sort of like the Olympic flame. And usually San Francisco kicks that off, and that should be in around about December or January. And then because we have a big Pride Festival, you've probably all heard of Sydney Mardi Gras. Sydney normally has it next because nobody else wants to have it until it's their summer. And then it slowly gets its way around through those few cities. And I'm just trying to encourage you all to get involved. If you can, if you're nearby one of those former host cities, it would be fantastic if you could join in. And it all culminates with that rainbow flag. Will be at the memorial moment and the rainbow flag run at Victoria Peak. And it will also have, it'll be marched into the opening ceremony. And normally they ask for about 10 volunteers to oh, you've got to say goodnight, Chris. Normally that gets marched in the opening ceremony, and we'll have a representative. We normally have a representative from each IFR region. Are you paying attention, Chris, or you look after that baby?
Just chat amongst yourselves.
So the venues in Hong Kong, we've been working on them for over a year now. And if you are a Facebook member, we've got 1,700 members now on Facebook, which is fantastic. I've put the venues up there once I knew them. So have a look. I'm going to tell you the trail run is going to be hard. Don't make sure it's Hong Kong's probably got the worst trail runs and the hardest trail runs in the whole world. But it'll be good. We've all got idiots in our front runners club. We've got people who do 100Ks runs and things like that. So they'll love it.
Excellent. Okay, thanks, Wayne. So there'll obviously be a lot more on Hong Kong in the various steering committees and get in the lead up to it. So we'll get more about that later on. Now, we did actually have down an innovation report, but I couldn't get hold of Alex for that. So we did actually ask Nick, who's organised some of the virtual runs for us over the last year, to do a report. It's very early in the morning for him, so he's given us a couple of minutes by video. So if you don't mind, I'll play that now while I'm being attacked and mauled.
Meanwhile, you can look at the venues that Wayne sent. A lot of times, 50%.
Here we go. Ooh.
Sorry.
Hello everyone, Nick here with San Francisco Frontrunners. I was asked to give an update on the virtual competitions that we've hosted over the past 18 months. During the latter half of the year in 2020, we hosted the Frontrunners Fall Invitational, and then during the middle of the year this year, we hosted the Frontrunners Summer Showdown. For anyone who's unfamiliar with those two events that we hosted, each of them were month-long competitions based on cross-country style scoring. So for anyone who's familiar with cross-country style scoring, different teams were considered winners each week, but then all of that scoring was cumulative over the month, and then a winning team was decided for each of the divisions at the end of the month. We were able to host divisions for men's open, men's masters, women's open, women's masters, non-binary open, and non-binary masters. So we're able to bring together club members from a lot of different frontrunners clubs throughout the United States, as well as a few international frontrunners clubs. And each of those winning teams was allowed to choose a local organization at the end of the month for us to make a donation to on their behalf. And so overall, it was just a great way to bring together Frontrunners members and Frontrunners clubs, and also really honor our tradition of being able to give back to other organizations. As a race director myself for in-person racing and just somebody who works in the running industry, I can honestly admit that there's really no replacement for in-person racing. It definitely is a machine unto itself, but I do think that there's a place for virtual racing and these virtual competitions. It was really, a great way to bring together members of different clubs, but also just members within our club itself. We weren't, in-person racing wasn't a thing for the past 18 months or so. It's finally becoming a reality again. But these virtual competitions were just a way for some of our more competitive club members to come together and be able to compete and just have fun running fast times. So I do think there's a place for it in the future. What it'll look like in the future, who knows? I'm open to suggestions and open to feedback, but I thank you to anyone who participated in our virtual competitions over the past 18 months and look forward to whatever it evolves into in the future. So thank you.
That was good.
Thank you, Virtual Nick. And I think it's great that we can reach out and touch people and events like this. I've got a lot of T-shirts from international races that I haven't been to this year, but have been able to attend. And I know that the North American circuit is heavily into virtual races. I hope they keep that up now that they're coming out of lockdowns in a lot of places. So I also encourage you to go and look at the Strava page, the International Frontrunner Strava page, and select a race there if you'd like to participate in a race in any community around the world. There's always something going on, and we've got a couple of thousand people who are on that International Frontrunner Strava page. So that's worth a look too. So the next up, I know that we're very close to time at the moment, but we just need to go through a little bit more officialdom. So we just need to verify the officers for the next year. So we've got the roles of president, secretary, treasurer, webmaster, and comms officer. So at the moment, comms officer is in a bit of flux. We're trying to get a new comms officer to take the lead on that. But I'm keen to continue on as president. Alain, are you happy to take secretary, or does anybody want to go in, put their hat in the ring for any of these positions? Because I haven't received any other nominations for them. Is my mic on, or is it just deafening silence? Okay.
Yes, it is.
Your mic's on.
Good,
It's
good.
a vote of silence.
A vote of confidence. All right. So
Wonder why.
Are we happy to confirm then? And if is everybody happy to participate? So Elaine, are you happy to be secretary again next year?
Sure, works for me.
Okay. And Alden, you're happy to be treasurer?
Yes, that's fine.
And Brad, still keen to do the webmaster job?
Sure. Yes.
Okay, great. Well, if we can just have it by the voices then. All approving?
Yeah.
Yes.
All against? Thank you very much, everyone. And thank you for all the office bearers for the hard work they do. There's quite a lot of work that happens behind the scenes. So I'm very grateful to everybody for what they put in.
Chris,
and
you haven't put me on that list.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Your election comes up as well. So is there
That's a separate item, yeah.
That's a separate item, yes. So let's handle that after we just do this one thing, and then you can be the last item on the agenda, Wayne, if that's all right. So regional reps, we've got people coming up for regional reps this year is US Eastern, Central US, just a second. Northern Europe, so that's been taken care of because Nick has resigned. Well, Nick is not contesting it, and Martin is our new rep in Northern Europe. So welcome, Martin. So I don't think we have to approve this because the local region has approved these elections. So I'm just advising you of what's happened there.
Yep.
And I'm not aware of what's happened with the Mexico, South Central and South America, but I'll get an update on that. So as far as I'm concerned, US Eastern and Central continue.
So we need to hold the elections within those regions.
Yeah. So at this point in time, we haven't got results. So we'll get those results. And in Asia Pac, I'm going to take a step back because there is a lot of work with coming up with the president's role. So Budi has offered to step into the breach, and so Budi will be looking after Asia Pac from Melbourne in the future. And he's a well-traveled fellow. He gets around, so I'm sure everybody's already had something to do with it somewhere along the line. So look forward to seeing him looking after Asia Pac in the future.
Thank you for the.
So now I think the only one left is Wayne for Federation of Gay Games. So Wayne and Xander have a biannual, whatever you call it, election. So one of the positions comes up every year. So this year it's Wayne's turn. So Wayne, does anybody else want to do it? Oh, there you are. And are you happy to do it, Wayne? All right. So all who approve sending Wayne to the Federation of Gay Games, say aye.
Into the jail.
Aye.
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 All against?
Yay.
So, you can't vote. You can't vote yourself, Wayne. Sorry. All right.
I'm waiting for Gil. I'm waiting for Gilly. Where's he gone?
So that's the end of the formal part of the program. So next AGM, 2022. Where's that going to be?
Hong Kong.
Hong Kong. So we'll be having that in November. Is there any barrier to us having it in November, Holden?
No, that's fine. So we should just look to coordinate a good time during the games. See what works best for everybody.
I sent Alex a message, but I think he's gone offline.
He's done about midnight.
Yeah, we'll sort it out. They know about it.
And so normally we try and go 2 years out. So I think last year decided that, or in another meeting, we decided that we were going to stage the AGM in 2023 in Sydney if we could. Is that still everybody's recollection, and are we okay with that?
Right, that's what we discussed.
World Pride.
Beg pardon?
Right.
It's to do with World Pride.
World Pride, yes. So World Pride is going to be in Sydney in 2023 to coincide with Mardi Gras.
And COVID, the anniversary of COVID.
So Wayne, just one question with that is, so the Hong Kong meeting for 2022, the AGM will be in November of 2022, and then Mardi Gras is 2023, and that is.
I believe it's going to be Mardi Gras. I believe it's also not 100% locked in.
Okay, but that's only a few months later, right?
Yes, exactly. I know. Yeah,
yeah.
It's a
right.
problem. We're not expecting, loads of visitors, but we will do our best. We'll, provide a run. There will be nothing outstanding. It's hot in Sydney then, and most runs will not be over about 5 or 10 Ks.
I think we want to maybe look at that. It sounds like a good idea, but I think that the two of them not being even 6 months apart might be an issue. So we'll just keep an eye on the date for World Pride, and then maybe we'll adjust that later on if we have to.
Okay.
So if any clubs are interested, let us know.
Indeed. Okay, so that's the end. Any other business that people want to bring up?
Just a quick point. People know that's clear. If anyone's interested in the communications officer position, they should let you know, Chris.
They should, yes.
Yep.
And Tommy, is that what you were in? Yeah, I was curious about the communication part. Did you have a person related to communication, or you're establishing a group, or what is the situation?
We had a communications officer. He's has to take a step back. Joseph, his work commitments won't allow him to continue to do it. So we're looking for a new person who'll look after things like the newsletter, the Instagram, the social media, that sort of thing. I mean, Wayne's doing the Facebook, but there's Instagram, Twitter. There's a lot of social that you have to do these days. Yeah, like just getting material to send to Brad, various other people, coordinating all of that. That's what we need from the communications officer. Someone who's aware of when the events are all on, and makes sure that we're all organized around getting stuff prepared in time for those events. So, yeah. If there are any communications people out there who would like the role, please let me know.
I'm not interested in the position, but I might know a few people who could establish a group rather than one person, 2 or 4 or 5 people working together. I have one in mind. He is called Thomas. He's from Denmark, but he's living in Dublin. No, sorry, in Ireland. He's very, very good at communication.
Headset connected, disconnected.
I heard something.
Yeah, send it through. Send it through, because I also think that it's too big a role for just one person. So I think I see it as a co-chair, as a small, like 1 or 2 people, because there's just so much to do. You need a committee of people to look after communications, I think. So just send me whoever you've got, and we'll see if we can get them in, put them together, and they can start doing what they do.
I'd like to let everybody know we've got a new club forming in the Gold Coast, which is not far from Brisbane, and it's mostly ex-front runners from Sydney and Melbourne, but they've got nearly 10 people at the moment, so they should start soon.
Excellent.
And we've got the Olympics in 2032, don't forget.
in Brisbane.
Brisbane.
I'll be retired by then. That's a long time away, so don't worry about that.
We'll all be dead.
And so to Wayne's point, yeah. Go ahead.
I was just saying, just a quick note again, just about elections. I was going to make a note to Randy as far as would he coordinate the election for the Central US region as far as the reps, and then report back to Chris, and then we can do that in the Eastern US clubs as well.
Yes,
I will.
Yep, great.
Oh, great. Randy's online. Sorry, I didn't see.
Yep.
Okay, and I was just going to say to Wayne's point there, if you are a new club, oh gosh, you have to just have to fill out the form about how to start a new club. I keep on sending it to people, and I can't find it myself now.
It's under help.
Under help. How do we start a new club? So just fill out the form.
Under the new club, you'll see using this form on the second line. You see using this form, just click on that, it gives you the form.
Yep. So yeah, just fill out a form and then we vote on it, and it's as easy as that.
Chris, there's a question in the chat from Mike in Vancouver. Can the minutes or I include a link to the Facebook page reference to the Gay Games 22? I'm not doing that. I haven't got that.
No, we'll put it in. So that's fine. So we need the reference to the Gay Games 2022, and I presume Euro Games 2022.
Yeah, I'm not sure if he's confused. That's all. Yeah.
Yep.
If he's
so
still
we'll do both.
We'll
do both.
Yeah. Yeah. There's a million Facebook pages for the Gay Games. They're all good.
Pre-register for both of them. Even if you don't go, it still gives them a bit of help, a bit of support. All right. So if there's anything else?
Yeah, one other item, Chris. Someone did ask about making donations to International Frontrunners now that we are a 501c3 organization, and so it would be tax deductible for any U.S. folks. And so we can post that information. It can be mailed to the International Frontrunners mailing address, and it can I can post that.
Can people bequeath money to us now?
Yes, they can. So when you die shortly, Wayne, feel free.
Yeah, but I'm not a bloody American.
You can still do it, I'm sure.
Yes, exactly.
Brad's the one with houses all around bloody America. He could sell one of those.
Okie doke. Well, I think that's the end of it, unless anybody else got something they want to bring up.
No.
All right. Well, thank you all for spending so long in so many different time zones, and another great year. even with COVID, I hope we all keep our spirits up, and I look forward to seeing you again very soon.
Thank you
very much.
Thank you. Good to meet everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Cheers.
Good day. Blessed day.
You too.